Hey everyone, welcome back to Court Farms. Hope everyone is doing well. Apologies, it's been a while since the previous episode. So a slight change of plan with moving these videos over to my second channel, SimFarm Plus, and not wanting to put all the videos up there all on one day, so I've kind of spread them out over the last 6 days. So yeah, this will be the first new episode, episode 7 of the Let's Play series. So we are now into April, and last time we was ploughing the fields. We did a bit of ploughing to get those prepped. I think we did the lime spreading as well. It's been a while since I was actually on here. We did buy that new field as well, which had oats in, and I think I rolled it. Yeah, we bought the rollers and rolled that. So that's now in the first growth stage. You can just see that over the back, just beyond our grass field over there. So that's now in the first growth stage. It does show it needs nitrogen, so we will need to go and spray that. Obviously, there's no tramlines in that field because we didn't sow that crop. It was already put in there for us. And I think both of our two grass fields as well could also do some nitrogen to just get those levels up before we do the first cut, which will probably be next month. We'll do a cut for silage in May. So I'm pretty sure it's just check our chickens as we walk past. Just struggle to get the... Yeah, so they've got 399 litres, so we may need to top up their feed. But we do have our very first lambs now. So our sheep have gone through their reproduction stage. And we've now got lambs. So we're up to 100 in the pasture. There we go. Some of our lambs. They look very cute. I really hope Giants had something like this in the next version of the game. Seeing smaller animals would be quite cool to see. So yeah, we're up to 100 in here now. We've got 48 adult sheep and then the 52 lambs. So it did go above. So if you're not familiar with the enhanced animal system, you can actually overcrowd animal pastures. I think I briefly showed this before, but if you go into the right menu would help. So if you go into your animal pastures, you get this option now from the enhanced animal, which allows overcrowding. So if you enable that, when your animals reproduce, there's a chance that some of them will have 2 rather than just the standard base game 1. So they'll have 2 newborns, and that will allow you to have all of them. If you have the prevent overcrowding, say any extra ones will be sold off automatically at midnight to keep it under capacity, but you can actually overcrowd and then manually move them to another pasture if you want, which is quite cool. Whereas base game, if you've got no space, you'll get no newborns at all. So yeah, we do have our first few lambs, and I think one of the jobs I wanted to do as well today, which we'll probably start with, is this area of grass. It's grass, painted grass, but we can't actually cut it. Well, you can actually cut it, it'll disappear, but it doesn't leave a swath. So it's quite a big area, and I'm thinking keeping it as grass but ploughing it up and having this as an additional field. Now just so we've got the extra grass field so we can get a bit more hay and silage. So we'll start off with getting that ploughed up. So if we grab the JCB and the plough. And then we'll get that ploughed up. We'll get some soil samples taken of the field once it's ploughed in. Then we can get some lime spread on it to get the pH levels, and then we'll sow that with grass. We also need to sow the other crops as well in the other fields today. I think this is the last month we can do the... I can't remember which crop we was going to put in. Was it barley? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was barley, and then field beans I think got the highest vote. So we'll do field beans in the other field. We'll get that attached up. Get the hoses connected. Out the way, chickens. And we'll get this new field ploughed in. There is actually a We'll get the plow unfolded. That turned over, and then we'll follow this edge just the best as we can, then we'll go around. So we'll allow create fields. Let's lower it down. And yet we'll start getting this new field in. A last little bit to plow in for this new field, and we'll get the soil samples taken. We can get it sown with grass then, or we'll get some lime on first if we need to get the pH level set, then we'll sow it with grass, and then we'll roll it in just to get rid of those stones. They are all fairly small stones. Ooh, a great demand at town stores bales. I don't think we've got any bales to sell. Probably another great demand that I can never benefit from, as always seems to be the case in FS22. Very rarely get a great demand that's actually any use to me. So, there's not silage, not grass, not hay, or not straw. Is it cotton? Probably one crop we'll never do on here. Where's cotton? Oh yeah, what a surprise. Cotton. I wish they'd improved the great demand system, because it was a good feature from 19, but in 22 it just seems completely useless system. I think very rarely ever get anything come up that's actually any use. A lot of the time as well you get them come up after you've just sold a load of the product that the great demand then comes up for, which is a bit strange. But yeah, that's the ploughing section done. So yeah, I've got the plough on the back. Just going to park this up here, and we'll jump into the forward. I've got the soil sampler already on the back because I used it to do the oat field. And we'll get the soil samples taken of this new field. Let's get this unfolded. And we'll see what type of soil we've got. So it's actually one of those, you don't think it's actually that big of an area, but when you look at it, it's actually a fairly decent size. So definitely give us some extra grass. So the first soil sample taken. Okay, last soil sample to take. We'll get those sent off to the lab and see what the results come back with. I don't think necessarily the soil type's going to influence. I still want to put grass in regardless. I just think it'd be nice to keep it as a grass area. It's more just getting the pH levels and obviously nitrogen then for fertilizing. So there's soil samples analysed. So we just take a quick look, see what soil we've actually got. Oh, so it's probably, what's that, 80% silty clay and then a strip of loam there. So yeah, maybe potatoes would be good in that. But yeah, I think we'll keep it as grass. So we'll replant it as a grass field. So do we need to do lime? The lime's not too bad, but I think it could benefit with being topped up. So we'll get some lime on there next, and then we can get the grass sown. I don't think we'll need this soil sampler again. Just ring whether to return that or keep it on lease for a little bit longer. Get that one parked up there. So we need to swap the plow over and get the lime spreader. Actually, first, I think we may need to go and buy some more lime. Not sure quite how much is in here. What's 5,929 litres? That might be enough to do that field. Well, we'll use all that first, and if we need to go and buy some more, we can go and grab some more from the store. Okay, so the plow's been returned, because I don't think we're going to need that again. I've got no plans to plow any more fields just yet, so we'll get that off lease. So it's one leasing cost less we've got to worry about. So we'll try and do as much of this as we can with the line that's in here, and then if we need to, we'll go and buy some more. Let's get that unfolded. Get this switched on. And get the pH levels set for this field. So we're currently using, what's that, 6 tons a hectare on auto, so it's going down reasonably fast. I think it's going to be close if we can do this field on the line we're having here. The new oat field we purchased, there's a few patches of that I could have done with some lime on that showed bad, but that's a job we'll do after the next harvest, and we can get that field sorted before we sow another crop into there. But yeah, we'll see if we can get this one all done, and then we can get the grass sown and get the rolling done so we can get rid of these small stones. So we've got 83 litres of lime left, so we're going to be like ever so slightly short. There's a few missed bits there that are actually registering as being done. But that's it, that's all the lime used up. So yeah, I'll go and get another bag. I don't want to put too much lime in because I want to try and keep this empty, because if we do get some manure, it's nice to be able to use it as a manure spreader as well. Is the one downside to using these is we can't actually unload them. So yeah, I'll go and get the bag of lime, we'll get that finished off, then we can get the grass sown. Okay, so the lime has all been finished off. Went all the way up to the store to buy another bag, and then realised when I just went to top up the seed drill that there's a partial bag of lime in the actual container. So there probably would have been enough in to actually finish the field off, but I'll have to remember that for next time. But yeah, it's all done. There's a couple of patches that are missed, but it doesn't actually show on the map that they've been missed. So we'll get this lowered down, get this switched on. Just make sure we are on grass. And yeah, we'll get this field sown. Okay, so that is all the grass sown. One tiny little bit actually. Just on this edge. And that's that job done. Let's get that switched off. And we'll get that folded up. Just check on the map now. If we turn on grass. I was just thinking as well, actually, I forgot about the alfalfa. I don't know if it would have been worth putting some alfalfa into that field instead and trying that out. But there we go, that's showing all as grass now. Should be all growing. Yeah, so that's all green. So it will need some nitrogen as the nitrogen level is really low, but that's something we can do once we get some growth on there. Just get that turned back off. So yeah, the next jobs we've got is 58 we're going to put barley in. And then 61 field beans. So we'll do 58 first. We're going to need to roll that one as well and that one. So then we can do all the rolling together. So we head down to 58. I don't know if we'll have enough seed. Well, let's just select barley on there. Because I always forget once I get to the field. And we'll get the barley sown in there. So we'll do the tram lines again. Same way we did it in the canola field. So it'll be a case of working out which is the kind of best side to come work off. And then we'll get the tram line set on the 6 metre spacing or 18 metres. So it'll be 3 passes, one without tram lines, one with tram lines, one without. Give us our 18 metre spacings. And also, yeah, we want to try and get these 2 grass fields fertilised if we can, and the oat field, get some nitrogen on those ahead of the next cut we'll do on the grass at least. So we'll get that unfolded. If I get the proceed hood up, it should all be set, and I'm pretty sure it was Control R. Is it Control R? Alt R? Yeah, there we go. Control R to turn that on and off. So I think looking at it, our straightest edge is down this side. So we'll probably work off this side. It's probably not perfectly straight, but it's pretty close enough. I can't remember which way I did it. I did headlands last time. Yeah, so that's what we want to do this time. So if we work off. Yeah, I think we'll go kind of there. If we get the lane set up for there, that'll be our first lane. So I want to come over to the end of the field, and then we'll get back into that lane. I'll get that switched on, get the drill switched on, and we'll get that lowered down, and we'll start getting the barley into this field. So we'll do this one without tram lines, then the next one with tram lines, and then 2 without tram lines, 1 with, as we work our way across the field. And we'll just need to go around the headlands to finish off after we've got that done. So tram lines on, and we'll just come into that next lane. Lower that down. It's quite dusty doing it with this this drill. But we should be able to just see there we are leaving the gaps there. They are a little bit wide. I think sometimes when you're not on a perfect 90-degree angle, they don't always come out very well. We'll bring this right to the edge of the field, lift it up, do the tram lines off, and then we'll just continue doing this, working our way across. Okay, so centre of the field is all done, so we'll start off with the headland. We'll do our first pass round without the tram lines, same as before. So we've got 744 litres of seed left. I'm not sure how much seed the field beans take. I just noticed as well, I'm wondering why the precision farming's not showing on the minimap again. I think I had this problem before where for some reason it... Oh! Nope, 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 nope. I don't have direction control. I'll just get that lifted up. Yeah, the auto seed rate showing at the top. Same variable seed rate showing auto. I'm not sure why it's not showing on the minimap going green like it normally does. So I think I had this problem before with the harvesting where it wasn't showing up, and I think I had to quit the game and then reload it to get it to show. Yeah, we'll continue doing round here. We'll get the, say, 1-4 pass without tram lines, and we'll put the ones with tram lines in. It'll just be a case of going through and then connecting up the tram lines to the headland pass. Which I may do with the tramline buster. I think that will work a lot better than using the drill. It will mean that we'll have to go and get one. But sometimes I find, because the drill's obviously quite far back from the tractor, it doesn't quite follow exactly the tyres, and then it can be difficult to get some of the tighter turns. There we go, that's the first headland pass done. So I'm just going to lift that and probably start off here. And we'll get Control R to switch the tram lines on, get that load down. Then we'll follow around just inside that first headland pass. One good thing about this map, it does have the multi-terrain angle, at least on the PC version. So it is a bit easier to see on the headlands where the previous pass was to line it up. A section like this, what I'll probably usually do is, because it's quite a tight turn there, is switch off the tram lines, go forward to fill in that little bit there, and then try not to crash into the ditch. And then just come back. Come back a bit onto the tram lines, get those switched back on, and get that load down, and then try and bring that round. That way then you're not really missing any little bits in the corner. Okay, so that is the barley field done, apart from just connecting up the tram lines. So we just take a look at the mini map on this one. So you can see the tram lines in there going across. So we just need to connect up the ends, which I'll say, oh, I'll get the New Holland tramline buster. No, not New Holland. NH. Let me just check. I can never remember what it's called. Is it under cultivators? Is it under miscellaneous? Pretty sure I've got it installed. I may have actually installed it, but not actually enabled it. I might have to nip back out and... Oh, actually it might be under subsoilers possibly. Subsoilers. Yeah, there we go. So it's the NRH Engineering tramline buster. So we'll get one of these, and basically what it does, that'll just pretty much say subsoil. So in real life you'd go over your tram lines with this to break up the compaction in your tram lines. That's why it's called tramline buster. But in game you can use it to just actually put tram lines in, because it will just cultivate or subsoil just behind the tyres and leave that track in. Because it's on the tractor as well, you can get some better turns than using the drill. So we'll get one of those to do that. But what we'll do first is go and get the field beans, which I think we can do with this drill. Well, I'm hoping we can. Never actually checked that, if we needed a planter or we can do it. So we've got linseed, rye, field beans. Yeah, so we'll head over to field 61, is it? Yeah, field 61. And we'll get the field beans planted. Right, so we've leased the NRH tramline buster, so we'll do field 58 first. So I just need to tidy up and join up the tram line, so we've got all kind of circuit. So hopefully this will work okay. I'm just a bit concerned now the spacing on those are a little bit too wide, and I can't see an option to actually narrow those. So I don't know if this is going to match up with what we've already put in, but we'll soon find out. Doesn't look too bad. So what we need to do first is, if we actually come back, so we'll come onto the field from there. So we get that load down, and we'll just come onto that track. A little bit difficult to actually see. This is obviously leaving a slightly different texture as well by the looks of it. But I think we have actually... I mean, it might be a bit difficult to use this. Let's just see if we can see. Yeah, you can see that we've got the lines coming on now. So what we want to do is go up and probably down that one, around there, up that one, down, up, and then possibly down that one, and then off. There is that tiny little bit there as well, which it's so small I don't know if it's even worth connecting up. But if we go around, we'll go... Yeah, because there's no way we're going to turn onto that one. That's far too tight of a turn. We could actually... Yeah, if we kind of go as if we're going down that one there. Actually, it looks like there's a gap there in the tram lines. For some reason. We drop that down there. Best as we can, try and follow the existing tram lines. And if we come on to... that track there. And I think what we'll do, we'll go down this one, we'll do right and then come back up the one next to us. That might be the easiest way to go. We'll get those dropped down. Bring that round onto this track. And then gain up to this one. And we'll follow this up and then connect it round, and we'll just continue round until we've got kind of a full circuit. And then we can follow that when we come to do the nitrogen application. Come back round onto there. And we'll go down one and then onto this row. Yeah, I think next time I may just stick to using the drill, just so they actually do line up, or I'm trying to find a way to just use this and put the tram lines in afterwards, just using this, because I'm not sure if these are going to match up very well. If we then go this way, and then we want to go, yeah, I think we go up this one, and that'll work out. And then we'll come down that last one. And then that'll be this field done. Then I'll go and do field 61. Same as this. And then, so it's just a case of getting the fields rolled. And we just need to do the nitrogen application then. So we'll bring that round onto here. Now I'm not convinced this is going to work out as well as the if we'd have just used the drill. But we'll see once it starts growing. And then this one just needs to be, and also for some reason, I don't know, it's because the stones in this field, it's making the tractor bounce around a lot more than it normally would. If we drop that down, and then we'll just connect straight up onto the tram lines here. And obviously we can then just follow that round. Actually, it does look like it puts a lot narrower line in as well. If we... Yeah, we'll do this a little bit, because I think we're going to miss quite a big gap if we don't. Well, it seems a bit stupid having them so close together. We'll just bring that... Yeah, so I think next time I may just try... I think we possibly will be able to get course play to do it. If we then just set up a course of 6 meter width and then set the worker off and see how that works out. Well, that's that bit connected up, and then we just need to do a bit then coming off the field from this direction to finish off. And there we go, that's that field done. So yeah, you can kind of see where it's worked out, so it doesn't look too bad actually. So that's field 58 done. So I'll go and do 61, pretty much exactly the same. I just need to connect up these bits and then put the bit onto that field so we've got the full circuit. And that'll be the tram lines all done. And I say it's just the case of getting the nitrogen onto the grass and the oat field. Okay, the tram line's all done. Our next job will be to roll the fields to get rid of these small stones. Start with the grass field. So now when I work our way back to 58 and then 61. I say, because I use the mod that not all crops require rolling. So only certain crops do. The grass is one that doesn't need rolling, pretty sure. Yeah, so I'm hoping we can still actually roll this. And it's going to remove the stones. We'll get this low down and we'll soon find out. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it's just a case of doing this just to remove the stones. Because this crop doesn't actually require rolling. I'm not sure if the field beans and... because the field beans aren't a standard crop, so I'm not sure that mod will work with it. So 61... yeah, both 61 and 58 are both showing they need rolling anyway, so we would have done both of those fields regardless of the stones. But yeah, this one we only need to do just to remove the stones. So we're not going to damage any of our mowing equipment when we come to actually cut the grass. One thing we did do last time as well, which I completely forgot about, is we did actually buy the campground. And I forgot to even check, see if we actually made much money from it, so we'll just double check the old finances. So property income, oh, so 200, oh, I'm still in dollars because I've been on Dark Forest. I've only just noticed. Let's change that. I really wish this had saved per save game rather than a general global setting. It is a little bit annoying having to keep changing it. So yeah, it looks like we made £200, I should say, so far this month. £80 in April, March, which we didn't buy it till late in the afternoon. And I imagine that that'll increase, so summer months will earn more money. So £200 so far this month. We're not going to make our money back for purchasing the land anytime soon. But is that a little bit of extra income? So yeah, it'll be interesting to see over the summer months if that goes up quite a bit. And it does look like we've got a few tents there, a few caravans. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that and see how much we get. 'Cause I think it was around about 40,000 for the land. So if we're only going to be earning a few hundred a month, it's going to take a lot of years to pay that land off. Right, last little bit of rolling to do on this field. There is a couple of stones right on the edges I might just go over again. There's one just to the left there and there's one down the bottom. I'm not sure if they're slightly large stones that we can't remove with this. But that shouldn't be too much of an issue if not. We've just got that little patch there to do, and I'll just try and get those two, and then I'll go and get the other two fields done. Or actually, I might get a worker to do the other fields while we do the spraying, because it's starting to get a bit late, and I know it does start to get quite dark on here quite early. Although it is April, so yeah, I'm not sure quite what time it'll start getting dark on the map. Let's see if we can get that one. There we go. Now I think there is one more patch down by this little shed, which I'm not sure if that's a slightly larger set of stones, or whether it was just a bit too close to the edge of the roller to pick up. Yeah, they're not disappearing, so we'll leave those ones. But that's our grass field all done. Looks very nice. I'll get this folded up. Yeah, I'm going to go and set a worker off on field 58 using coarse plate. I'll see how well the worker does. And then while the worker does that, we'll probably go and spray the oats with nitrogen. We'll see how well the coarse play route goes. It'll be interesting to see as well with the how well it does with the tram lines. I'm presuming it's just going to roll over the tram lines and then will reappear when the crop goes to the first growth stage, which will then use them to spray the nitrogen on both those fields if they require it at least. Not sure on field beans how that works with precision farming, whether it'll just put a standard nitrogen level down on it. We'll get this unfolded. Get load down, just drive into the field. Oh yeah, somebody's saying about this with removing the grass. I think, I'm not 100% sure because I've not actually tried it, But it seems like this is also a grass roller, which if you roll grass with a grass roller, it knocks it back to the first growth stage and applies nitrogen. Or like, will apply fertilizer in the base game, not with precision farming. So I think this is also a grass roller and a field roller like combined into one. That's the reason why it's removing the grass around the edge of the field. It's not actually mulching, it's just doing that. So if we go into course play and click that, so we want work width 8.2. I'm just going to lower that to 8 because I do find it does struggle to pick up the stones if they're too close to the edge of the roller, so a slight little bit of overlap will be a bit better. We'll do 3 headlands because I find that would work. We'll have a bit more space, and we'll start off actually on the headland on this one. Keep that smooth, and bypass islands we don't need to worry about, so let's generate the course. So yeah, that looks fine. So first waypoint, we'll set the worker off on that and see how well they do. Okay, so slight change of plan. We've gone for the spreader instead because I forgot we don't actually have any liquid fertilizer. So rather than go and buy any, I'll just use the solid fertilizer we do have. So I'm not 100% sure if we can actually apply the nitrogen to the grass at this stage, because I think it is. I don't know if it's fully grown, but it's showing ready to harvest. So we'll get the sensor turned on. Get this turned on. Is this going to actually apply any? Doesn't look like it is. I think we left it a little bit too late to apply the nitrogen to the grass fields. Yeah. I thought we may get away with it this month, but no, it looks like we've left it a little bit too late to do that. Which is a little bit annoying, but that's one of those things. Must remember next time to do it either straight after we've cut the grass, or do it early spring before it actually starts to regrow. So let's get that unfolded again. Get that switched on. So for some reason I'm not actually sure if that's doing anything and it's just not updating the map. Because it's changing at the top, it's showing... I've just realised as well, we put barley in that field over there. It was oats we was going to put in. We bought this field that had barley in, and I said I was going to do oats instead of barley. So then we could possibly get some horses, which I completely forgot because it's been a while since we did the last episode. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm having that problem again where the minimap's just not updating. So I've just checked this to see. Yeah, it's not applying. I'm not sure what's going on. So it's showing nitrogen bad. I'm not sure why it's not actually applying any. Okay, so I figured out what the problem was. Stupidly, I'd forgot that I'd deactivated the auto application rate when I was doing the fertilizing contracts. So it's putting a base 18 kilogram down. Yeah, fortunately, it didn't take me too long to figure that out. So yeah, now we are actually applying the correct amount of nitrogen for the barley field. And I will try and have a look, see if there is a field with oats in that we could possibly buy. That's fairly small. So it would be nice to actually get some oats so we can get a couple of horses this year. I'll say it's been over a week since I played on this save game. I completely forgot that's what the plan was to do. So yeah, we've got 2 fields of barley this time. That's not the end of the world. I say literally it only was because for some reason I kept saying this was an oat field. I thought we'd bought the oat field. No, we bought the barley field, then we was going to put oats in to one of our other fields. This is the problem sometimes when you've got a lot of different save games going on. As I've got playing on Court Farms a little bit on my community server, and also we've got the multiplayer multi-farm server going. So I've got like 3 different save games currently on this map. Let's have a quick look, see if there is any fields with oats in that we could possibly look at buying. So oats is kind of dark orangey colour. Doesn't look like there is any at all actually. There's 7. Field 7 down there looks like it's got... Oh, just shot the end of the field and gone into the neighbour's field. Hopefully he's not watching. Yeah, field 7 looks like it's got oats in. It looks like a fairly small field, so probably not worth getting a contract because there probably won't be much excess left from it. How much is that to buy? So only 69,000, so that's not too bad. See, field 2, which is a bit bigger, that's going to be quite a lot. I don't think we're going to be able to afford a field that big. I think literally it is just those 2 fields. So yeah, not much choice for fields with oats in. I'm going to look as well, because I'm pretty sure somebody said there was a way to stop fields being planted by the computer with cotton. Because I've got no interest in ever harvesting cotton on this map. It seems a bit of a waste of contract work having fields with cotton in them, and there are quite a few. There we go. Now we are getting some nitrogen on the grass as well, so we can get this one done. That was just my stupidity forgetting that I'd disabled the auto application rate. So we'll get these grass fields done, so they've got a nice amount of nitrogen for the first cut we'll do next month. We just need to finish off rolling the barley field and then the field beans. Right, so we're just finishing off the rolling on field 61. All the nitrogen has been done on the 2 grass fields, and there was no need to spray herbicide onto this field and field 58, as both fields were ploughed, so there's no weeds coming through anyway. That saved us a job. So it's just these last few stones that the workers somehow managed to miss. I did set a worker off on course plough while I was finishing off the other jobs on here. And yeah, it came over and the workers missed a few little bits. I'm not sure why. Although they've actually been over this section, you can see it's got the rolled texture, but for some reason those stones didn't actually remove. So hopefully they will now. Yep, there we go. Must have skipped these bits for some reason. It's not done a perfect job. There's a few bits on the corners. Yeah, it's a bit spotty around where the work has been for some reason. But it's done the large majority of the field, so I'm not going to complain too much. I think that's this field pretty much all done. Yeah, there's no yellow showing. Some patches of blue, but I'm not going to worry about those. So that is this field done. And that's us done all for today. So very, very busy April. 10 to 6 now, so we'll be heading back to the yard, get the equipment put away, and then next time we'll be into, what's that, May, so we'll be doing some grass cutting, some silage, and I'm possibly thinking about getting our first lot of cows as well. We'll just feed them hay until we've got the money to get the feed mixer, and we've got the silages ready then to mix up some total mix ration. That way at least they can start their reproduction cycle. They'll start producing a little bit of milk, obviously not as much as if we was feeding total mix ration, so we can get those going. But yeah, for now we'll leave it there. Hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing. We've got more Farm Simulator 22 content coming up with this series, and also the return of the live streams to this channel as well soon. Now I've switched back to putting commentary videos, and the live streams will be back on this channel as well soon. So look out for those. So yeah, a big thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you again. Goodbye.